Pancakes isn't just the batter, it's the pan. Pancakes isn't just the batter.
Hi there, and welcome to Jay's Toy Collection UK, live on YouTube. I hope StreamYards, they've tried to screw me over again, so I've come up with a workaround to play an introduction video. So hopefully you saw the intro video, hopefully you could hear the intro video, and hopefully you can hear me now, and there's no background noise going on. So, well, welcome to this week in toys for what can only be described as the Christmas, if you will, when it comes to action figure collecting. It is San Diego Comic-Con season, and it is hot in the UK. So I've got a fan on in the corridor. So let me know if you can hear the fan, because I'll have to go and turn it off. But hopefully you can't hear the fan. And yeah, that'd be nice. Well, welcome to Jay's Toy Collection Live. I will not be on my own. A co-host will be joining me shortly, but it will not be Cheeky Monkey Kiara this evening, because she has gone out for the night. So she's had enough of San Diego Comic-Con so much, she's decided to actually leave the property. So she's not here this evening. She's gone to stay with her sister for the evening, because clearly I've been doing her head in. But shout out Kiara's sister. It is actually a birthday, so happy birthday to her. And I was supposed to be at a surprise birthday meal this evening, but I said I couldn't go because I had to live stream for San Diego Comic-Con. So you've got me here. You've got me live on YouTube, which means, yeah, Cheeky Monkey, may not be too happy with me and nor was her sister. I've chosen action figure over the birthday meal. Who wouldn't? Who would not choose the action figures at this time of year? San Diego Comic Con. What a time of year it is. I can see people starting to roll in the chat. Hello. Mr. Who has nearly finished. He's at the last seconds of his Mephisto segment. So if you've been watching Dan Who live here on YouTube that I have, he was a little bit late, so I've been delayed by half an hour. Don't blame me. I'm on Dan Who time. So as you roll in, I'm sure people will roll in as well when Dan and Rich finish up. And I think he will be doing an after show after I have gone off live tonight. So I'll be joining him on that. So you're going to get me for a few hours tonight on a couple of different channels here on YouTube because, yeah, it's San Diego Comic Con, people. So welcome. And as you can see behind me, there have been some changes. So if you've seen the channel before, this was not quite the background I previously had. So if you've seen a video where this idiot falls through the roof, yeah, I fell through the ceiling. So I got myself banned from displaying in the loft. So I ripped the bed out here in the spare room and started to make some changes. And I've been live streaming from here from the spare room. But I left the window unblocked. I left the window uncovered. And now the window has been covered because, as you can see behind me, there's a unit. And I spent the last week in the blistering heat moving everything around in preparation for the live streams and the rest of the videos I'll have coming up over the weekend covering my more in-depth thoughts on San Diego Comic Con because we're never going to get through it all this evening. But yeah, I've done some rearranging. So now, hopefully, you can actually see I kept toys because there's action figures behind me. Because the problem with not having the window blocked is you would only see the side of the unit. So I've been rearranging figures. So we've got some Storm collectibles on the one side. We've got some Mafex on the unit on the back. The sign should be there. We should have a bit of the channel pink lighting. Hopefully the lighting's actually better from this angle as well. So yeah, I'm in the toy tunnel, as I'm going to call it now. A tunnel of toys. I've made a horseshoe around the room. A literal mini copy of the toy room is what I've done. So hopefully this will be my nice... I've had to buy a new desk because my desk didn't fit here. So I've had to do DIY as well to fit myself in the corner. But make yourself known in the live chat and we will come and say hello. And as I say, I'm sure more of you will be joining us when Dan has finished. So we'll focus on the Marvel Legends. The Star Wars panel is literally happening right now. There's Mondo, there's NECA, there's wrestling. There's been all sorts going on. So I don't think I'm going to cram it all into one live stream, but I will do my very best. So if I go back to my screen share here, I'll try and play the housekeeping video. So I've got to try a bit of a workaround now because they tried to charge me £45 a month to use StreamYards and I use it once a month. So I thought I won't do that. I'm going to have a little workaround. So let's see if it works. The channel housekeeping. So if you're not a channel member, please do. Please join the channel membership. And super chats are live because this is an official episode of This Week in Toys. So we need to keep that super chat streak alive. We've had at least one super chat through every edition of This Week in Toys, which has really become This Month in Toys. But let's see if we can keep the streak alive. So I can see if I can head over to the other tab and get this to play. So right, 2 buttons I'm going to try and press here. Let's see if I've lost my mouse already. So that is a fantastic start. Come on, mouse. Come to me. There's my mouse. Right. Over we go there. Now, if I press this button, you're going to hear my good friend, Tom McFarlane. At least I hope you...
Hey, everybody. Tom McFarlane here.
Letting you know the super chats are live. And you might be able to hear me at the same time. So, yeah, can we keep that streak alive tonight? And if you're not a channel member, please consider joining #FlipOpenTheFlat. We've just hit double figures on the channel membership. Did you see it? Did you hear me? If somebody could let me know in the chat, that would be absolutely fantastic. And I can see a few people flooding in, so we must be getting to the end of Mr. Dan Who. He's delayed. I've delayed. We're all delaying. But here's my co-host, Adam Batman Moran, is joining me here. I've gone through all the waffle. How are you doing, sir?
I'm all right, Jay. How are you?
I'm okay. You've changed clothes since I last seen you.
I was a bit underdressed because I'm sitting in the heater, and then I thought that's maybe just not appropriate for streaming. There was like a nipple coming out of the vest and all sorts. So yeah,
I can. Well, nipples and vests. It's all going on. We're going to be streaming through the night here on this channel, and I say we'll be heading over to Dan Who as well for the extra show in a bit. But I can see we've doubled to over 33 viewers. So hello everybody. And I'm assuming Mr. Who has literally just finished So I can now get on with my delaying, and then let's say hello to everybody then in the chat. So see if I can get this to work. So we got Damien in nice and early. Hello, Damien. How are you doing? Adam was with us there as well. Who else we got here? Super Turk 5000 here. Channel member. So he's kind of in green. The same with Adam and the same with Damien. Hello to all the channel members. Super Turk is here. We got Curtis Randalls. How are we doing? We've got a new name, Mike Delta Sierra or Mick Delta Sierra. Hello, how are we doing? The Blackter is here. Lorenz is with us. How are we doing indeed? Hello, hello, hello. Curtis Randalls is here. We've said hello to Curtis Randalls. We've got a channel membership token. So yes, if you are a channel membership, let's say we've just hit 10, I think, double figures on the channel membership. So thank you to Damien. Use his channel membership token. Have you got a dedicated space for Mondo Real Ghostbusters? Yes, I have got a dedicated space for Mondo Real Ghostbusters. That is not a problem at all. We've got the firehouse picked up from a toy fair. So the firehouse is ready. That is next door in the toy room. As I say, tonight we are here in the toy tunnel, as I'm now calling it, the rearranged office. And I was just saying, my waffle, you can hopefully now see some toys on camera, because I do collect a few lines. So you might be able to actually see it now. So another channel member is here, Compulsive Collector. How are we doing? Mike Hex. Hello, Mike Hex. I need to chase Terry Funk, Mike Hex. Might have to send him on a bit of a shopping trip from the WWE Legends line, because I can't find it. So we might have to get Mike out on the international shopping. Phoenix is with us here. Jelly Figs. How are we doing, Jelly Figs, as well? We have got Patrick Garage 1994. Hello. We've got Virtual Dave. How are we doing, Virtual Dave? We've got David, Evan, and Smith. Yeah, I've probably just seen something from the McFarlane line that will cheer David Evan Smith up. There's been a rather large penguin that's literally just been shown. Lorenz is here. Cloud Foxwell is here. We just hit 40 viewers. Hello, everybody here. Jamie is there. Pink hand waving. We've got pink hand waving. We've got Damien. We've got Phoenix. It's moving so fast. Kevin Beat is here. Dan, who has flooded my chat. Hello, everybody. Nice to see everybody. Julia De Silva is here. There is Mr. Who himself. Pow, pow, pow. We've got Rich is here as well. Rich hasn't gone to bed yet. I'll have to do my super sub co-host duties later on the after show, I think, because I think Rich will be 5 sheets to the wind and asleep by the time Dan starts that one. Who else have we got here? We haven't said hello to Mike. You mean, but it's here another channel member as well with the star there. Craig, stop nostalgic dot collections all together now. Don't forget them dots. Yeah, he is here as well. We got Tech Hex 83. We got Zeon Cole. We got Home Dude is with us. Dan Hayden is with us. My goodness, Super Turkish uses channel membership. So much SDCC goodness. My bank account is crying. My bank account is also crying. It's an absolute nightmare for the bank account, because this is one of the best SDCCs I've ever seen in recent memory. We're over 50 people now with us. Christopher Allen, how are we doing? We've got Nathan Z, Octane. I don't think I've ever said hello to so many people at the start of a live stream. So I think on that note, I will just play I will just quickly go back to here. My little workaround, just play the housekeeping one more time then.
Everybody talking Twilight here.
Letting you know that Super Chats are live. So Todd is letting you know. And can we keep the Super Chat streak alive? It's at least one Super Chat on every single episode of This Week in Toys. Can we keep the streak alive tonight during SDCC season? And I say, if you're not a channel membership, please feel free to join. So we'll see if we can keep the streak alive tonight. Fingers crossed. With SDCC, we don't want to ruin it by killing the Undertaker's Super Chat streak. But yeah, Adam, that was a lot of talking. How are you?
I'm all right, but yes,
You're...
I can't wait for this. But you're right. How the hell are we going to cover, like, even half of what's been revealed?
I do not know.
So
We're just let's get straight into it. I think Phil Jones is here. Legion X as well. Let me do a different screen share then. So let's go over here. We'll start with Marvel Legends. I put Marvel in the title. We've literally just had the Marvel panel. Hopefully, I'm now sharing the right screen. Yes, I am sharing the right screen. I've got a monitor here. I've got a light here. I've got all sorts going on. Let's see how we are doing. I was to say 50 people with us on the live stream. Hello, everybody. Right. Marvel Legends has just had the panel. So let's just go through. So that we got a cosplay mask. Now, I would have no interest in this at all, but the man below me is a Wolverine cosplayer.
This one maybe, yeah. I've never bought like any of this sort of stuff from Marvel before, but if I was going to get one, this is probably the one that I would get.
I could see you in that. I could see you in it. We've seen your wall. You've still got the claws, haven't you?
I've still got the claws. It's the yellow bodysuit bit that I'd be a bit hesitant about wearing, but outside of that, yeah, this was a pretty cool reveal. Okay. I struggled a little bit early on in the stream, but yeah, this got my attention a bit.
Well, Dwight had a live shave, so I could. That's going to cost at least. That'll be £100 super chat, and I'll shave the bit. I'll do a live shave off and get this thing. So yeah, not really my thing, but as I say, Adam might be wearing that one day, and there is the aforementioned Dwight with the shave off. So we're starting off here on marvelousnews.com. We're going to be jumping all over Instagram, Toy Arc tonight. So shout out all the people that have been covering SDCC. I would like to be there, but I don't think I ever will be because I haven't even got a passport. You've been to SDCC before, though?
Oh, I have, yeah. One of the best weekends of my life. It was a bucket list. It's a bucket list, isn't it, for like a toy collector to go to SDCC? So it was one of the best weekends of my life. I'd love to go back.
I would love to go, but as I say, not very good on flights, so I haven't got a passport. But and getting a ticket will be quite difficult. So we will see for the future.
I think you'd maybe get like a streamer one, wouldn't you? Like maybe you and Dan, if you and Dan applied, I think you'd maybe get one as a creator. I
think we'll probably need a few more subscribers. We're on the road to 3,000 here. I think you've got to have at least sort of 10,000 though to apply for some form of press pass. So if you're not subscribed to the channel,
if you're not subscribing,
yes,
let's get Jada Comic Con.
There we get me to Comic Con. So hit that like button, and the streak is alive. Christopher Allen, there we are, $4.99. Thank you. Not for a shave, but keeping that streak alive. I nearly read that as butt plugging for some reason. I don't know why that went to my head. But yes,
this is what you get on late night J stream. This is what you get.
Cheeky Monkey is out. We can go as late as we need. Mr. Who, let me know when I need to finish, and then we can jump over to your after show and keep this going all night because all our significant others have left. They've had enough of us at Sandy. I've been going on for days about SDCC. It's been such a good show. I'm going to have to do individual videos over the weekend to go in depth on everything. But yeah, we have to jump on tonight. So thank you, Christopher Allen there. I do like to say thank you for the super chat. So I have come up with a workaround. So if I can do my workaround here, we share this tab instead. There you go. You can now see my YouTube, so we can play the thank you for the super chat video. Thank you for the super chat. There you go. We can leave that halfway because if we get any more, we can play the second half of it. So I found a workaround. So fuck you, StreamYards. I've got a way around your bullshittery that you give me. So let's go back to where we were. Thank you, Christopher Allen. The streak is alive and we are underway as we go through the Marvel Legends Agent Anti-Venom Magic the Gathering crossover. So firstly, the rumors. Well, that leak list is looking a bit more accurate. I didn't think this would be happening, but Magic the Gathering. So we're going to get an Agent Anti-Venom, which pretty much a straight repaint of what we've got in the Spider-Man retro carded way, but I thought we'd get it in white. I could do with an updated white version. I'm not sure why we have funny coloured guns. Is that something to do with Magic the Gathering? I've never played Magic the Gathering, but I've seen people go crazy for the cards. So this has got an exclusive card in it. These might be quite hard to get because it might sell because the Magic collectors might want an exclusive card.
Well, I'm going to reveal some ignorance here, Jay. Maybe we can do some live education on the stream. What the hell is Magic the Gathering?
It's a trading card game. I'd assume, is it like Pokemon or Top Trumps where you have numbers on the card? I'm assuming, and I'm assuming your card battles somebody else's card. That is a complete assumption. Any Magic fans, I do apologise for the ignorance we have shown there.
Yes.
But,
sorry, yes. Magic fans, but that sounds dreadful.
If any Magic fans have stumbled across this stream, I'm imagining it's some sort of fighting card game.
Right. Okay. But yes, figure itself, like you said, it's a good repaint. I like it. I like the original. So yeah, I think this is probably a pickup for me. And then let's hope that card retains some value because that would be nice to sell at some point in the future.
Well, that's not a bad point, is it? If this is some exclusive card that people need, we can all just flog the card to the Magic collectors.
Exactly.
So can we
Yes.
get our money back on this set? We will find out. There is a right. So we are going to have to just go at pace tonight, as I say.
Yeah.
So Man-Wolf. Now I was very excited for this because I had the Toy Biz Man-Wolf figure with a little backpack on. You press a button and it start howling. So I have. So it is John Jameson's, which J. Jonah Jameson's son. He ends up on the moon, I think, and turns into a bloody werewolf. So I had a figure when I was younger. So I was quite excited to see this because this is a more classic look of the character. So definitely, I'm in for this.
Same as you. Any werewolf, I'm in. Absolutely. I had the same figure when I was younger as well, so I'm a little bit disappointed that it is more the classic look, because I think I'd have preferred the version that I had with the original figure. However, because it is the classic look, I think it goes with loads of the fantasy lines that are coming out at the minute. So this is just a really versatile figure. So yeah, really like it.
Yeah, Mythic Legion's dropping werewolves all over the place as well for the horror of Emma. I did a video on it, I can't remember the full name, but that's happening. So yeah, Cheeky Monkey is in the chat, so she is here. She's not with me. She's about 50 miles away, but she's here. So channel members, drop your Cheeky Monkey logos if you're there. And if you're not a channel member, well, at least subscribe. I think it's about $2.99 to become a channel member. So it'd be great to have some new channel members tonight to help support the channel going forward. So if you get the join button down there, feel free to click it, and you can have emojis for the better half. I can see it's all going on in the chat as well, but we will keep plowing through. We will plow through due to the literal amount. We could literally do like a 10-hour live stream, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because problem is, if you've seen the channel before, you know I collect quite a lot of toys.
Everything. Like I've been part of my
it's-
SDC experience now is doing a mental tot up of how much SDCC costs. Yeah.
It's been one of the greatest SDCs of all time. But yeah, the wallet isn't gone particularly very well at all, because I'd spent quite a lot before on this horror collection that I've literally nearly finished. So there is a video coming for that soon. It's got a couple more figures to come in, and I'll do a video on that. But yeah, that was not a good idea to do a brand new collection idea 2 weeks before San Diego Comic-Con.
No,
So,
terrible idea.
yeah.
Terrible. But very J. A very J
Yes,
idea.
it was. Right, Mary Jane Watson, Iron Spider. Never had a clue she wore this outfit. I only learned from watching Rich on Dan's stream that it was on a comic cover, and it was about an issue in 2014. So for me, I'm going to have to save some money somewhere, so I'm going to have to pass on this, because I don't know what it is, so therefore I don't need it. The man below me, if you've never seen him before, he'll tell you why he won't buy this, and then we'll move on.
Don't collect female action figures, so couldn't be any less interested in this.
And there you go. So that was that one. So apologies to any Mary Jane Watson fans. I do collect female action figures. Well, I've got a normal Mary Jane.
And you still don't want it.
Yeah, she'll have to do. Right, Battle Damage, Spider-Man.
Oh,
Come on.
now we're
What am I
talking.
doing here? It's all going on.
What's going on here? Jay's really excited.
Some super chat. They changed the UK laws today on that sort of content, so we won't get into that. Right. Here we go. Battle Damage Spider-Man. So a classic figure from the Toy Biz days we had for the Battle Damage version of Spider-Man. So it's great to see an actual modern update.
Yeah.
I've still got the Spider-Man Classics version of this in my display.
Yes, so do I. I don't have it in my display, but I've still got the figure. This was my favourite Legend reveal by far. This one.
Right, okay.
I've been preaching, going on and on about Battle Damage figures. I think something we all say about Dan in particular, about your mind's eye. I've grown up reading comics, and the characters always end up, like at some point in a run, they always end up with the crap kicked out of them, looking like this. Like they only tend to stay in that like pristine version that we get them all in for like the first maybe few issues of like a run. And then after that, usually they all end up. So yeah, I would literally rebuy every character in my collection as a Battle Damaged version. And I think as a display, they'd look brilliant.
I'm looking at the McFarlane Battle Damage Batman now. It's not a great figure because he just painted it on, but I do like a Battle Damage figure, so I do agree. This looks great. I like the hair coming out the mask, the exposed arm, the bit of the face. Yeah, it's in the Magic the Gathering, but we might be able to. We've just learned here from Tech Hex 83. It's a deck building card game, not a collector myself, but did work in a comic shop and showed a shit ton of them. So thank you, Tech Hex. It's a deck building card game. So we got a bit more insight on that. My mouse has just crashed. Don't crash on me now. There's Lorenz likes a look there, I do believe. Damien's gone down. He's gone for 666 there. Don't know what's happening there. It's a top 3 reveal there for Kevin Beattie. How are you doing? John member Madison Kingswood is here. Hello, dropping those monkey emojis for Cheeky Monkey. Dan Hayden saying that the werewolf does make sense because I think he uses a magic amulet. I think he does. So that would make sense with a magic card game. There'll be a wedding at some point. Yes, we do have a channel membership wedding fund here. You get some behind the scenes videos. Cheeky Monkey is encouraging to join the wedding fund to help with the funds. We've been engaged for about 4 years, so I buy far too many toys. So yeah, not the best time for a wedding.
What about a Comic-Con themed wedding? I mean, I like the sound of that. San Diego 2026.
I've told her I'll turn up. I just can't afford to pay for the bloody thing. So you think about saving, and then SDCC happens. So yeah, what we're doing, we're pre-ordering these on the the 1st of August, Spider-Man Day. I think they said it was. Amazon and Fan Channel on the Man Wolf and the Mary Jane, and available everywhere on the Spidey. So those are our quick thoughts on those. And then X-Men 97. So I made a fatal mistake on this. I did not collect the first wave of X-Men 97. Then they announced the Sentinel. And I thought, oh, crap, I better backtrack. And half of them are sold out. So I nearly ended up overpaying. But to my luck, they did some re-releases. So I'm still waiting for Gambit and Rogue. But they will be coming at some point. So they did show us. They leaked it out themselves. Internal leaks going on at Hasbro the other day. The world's skinniest version of Morph. So Adam below me is a bodybuilder. He likes a good muscly man, and Morph is the exact opposite of that. So I did think he looked a bit skinny, but to be fair, he does look like that in X-Men 97. And you do have the Henry Peter Gyrick head that you can just slap on a suited body. I think it'd probably go on the Professor X body quite well because he used to like a green suit. So I shall be looking for some more suited bodies for the collection, because I'm telling you now, before we can go through these, I'm going to be all in on the X-Men 97 stuff, because I'm not making the same mistake again. I got 2 Sentinels coming, so I'm going to have a big display of X-Men 97. So as we fly through these, Adam, I don't actually know if you're in on the Sentinel or X-Men 97 at all.
I'm in on definitely in on the Sentinel. Although I only ordered 1, and then seeing that display at SDCC made me regret that and wish I'd maybe ordered at least another one. Very quickly, I've decided I'm not a female collector. That's not fair. I don't buy characters where I wouldn't buy an individual issue of them in a comic book run. So yeah, I would never buy an individual comic about a woman character. It just wouldn't interest me. But I would also say the same about male characters. So things like Morph, like I'd never buy a solo issue of Morph, but I can appreciate it. So no, bit of a light wave for me. This, not a lot that I would go for, but I am over the moon for like you lot. Like I'm really happy for you lot. I'm definitely in on that Wolverine because again I had the Toy Biz version of it.
I've got the Mondo version of this exact outfit,
and I love it. And I love it.
Well, that's not a problem, son, because it's now in the sale pile, so you can buy that. Right, we got a live sale on the stream. The SDCC exclusive.
That won't stay in that sale pile, and we both know it. We know that's coming back out at some point.
So it's literally just down below me, the sale pile. I pulled out 10 Mondos. See, I'm trying to cut down people. I've listened. I thought I need to focus more, so I'm cutting out half my Mondos. So I was going to focus more on the Spider-Man, which we'll get to at some point later. So I've pulled out some of the X-Men and the Batman stuff for sale. So yeah, Adam, he's more of a grumpy bastard at times. So that is why he's here as the co-host, because I get far too overexcited about absolutely everything. So we've got to sort of balance out the stream. So Jubilee, it's the vampire version of Jubilee. It's what it's called, the outfit. So again, it's not my favorite outfit for Jubilee. Haven't got a sunspot. So yeah, we'll be taking that. And Cable, I think Cable does look good. That does look like animated Cable very, very nicely. I think this will be the pick of the wave.
Yeah, Cable looks good. I agree with Dan and Rich. It's a bizarre choice for Sunspot. Like that, either do the white claw or the powered up version. It's an odd choice to just do like a plain one. And it's his
outfit from the end, is it? Before we go super crazy powered.
Yeah.
What's Cheeky Monkey saying? Do I need to charge rent for the toys? They seem to be right. Toy rent, anybody? So if I had to pay rent for the toys, well, I might as well just see you all later.
Wow, No, you'd be in a tent. You'd be in a tent in the garden.
There was a Oh, that's a good point, Jamie. There is an Emma Frost in there, but she's not on the slideshow here on Marvelous News. But we'll get to some actual footage from the in-person stuff as we go through. So we will catch up on Emma Frost in a minute. But yeah, the whole wave is there. Goes up for pre-order tomorrow. So 2:30 Eastern. So what's that? That is 5 hours. So it's 7:30 random time. So tomorrow evening, 7:30. Get your pre-orders in. So I think I'll just pre-order the whole wave. Let's just be safe, not cock up. Now this thing, it might be the one exception to my all-in because it's
a bizarre old choice.
Now, as a wrestling collector, I've got many a naked male action figure, and none of them have torsos like this. What have they done to Gambit?
Yeah, what is going on with what is going on with that? And is he that skinny in the cartoon? I'm sure he's not.
There is a lot more skinny aesthetics in X-Men 97, so it's not that, but it's just this ridiculous. And when you get some of the in-person images at the con, it does look like this. It looks terrible.
Just the like the N-shaped cut. It is a really bizarre choice.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the basketball scene. Now the Lego set's got a reference to this as well. They've got the Lego X-Men mansion. It's got a basketball and a hoop at the back as a reference to this scene. So I kind of wouldn't mind to represent the scene in the display.
Well, Jay, I wouldn't worry about it. This will be on sale. You'll be picking this up. You'll be picking this up for like $10.99 from Game at some point. So don't worry about it. This is the sale. This is the peg
of the set,
without a shadow of a doubt.
So I'll buy it for a half price, but not for full price. One I probably will pay full price, though, is Storm and Wolverine. So I think that one looks pretty good. So a much, much improved sort of final battle Storm when they all get their outfit changes and a really good-looking brown suit Wolverine, which he'll probably want. So if anybody wants a Storm, hit up the man below me because he'll probably be selling it.
Without a shadow of a doubt. If anybody fancies going in on this set because they just want the Storm, I'm your man. Because I like the Wolverine. I like the head sculpt, the growling head sculpt. I think that's one of my favourite, like cowled Wolverine head sculpts that I've seen.
Yeah, it does look really good. We'll try and save some better images as we go through. Jean Grey. So I was watching for Mr. Who's reaction on this because, of course, he infamously held on to the 2-pack of Dark Phoenix and Cyclops for so many years. But now he can get, as he like to call, Thong Cyclops. But we have seen this in person, and the belt is pulled up higher than this. He has more than a penis, people, because that is all that it currently looks like he has within this set.
I can never look at this Cyclops again after Rich saying about the thong. It looks so bad in the box.
It does. It's not just the box, though, is it? Because it looks bad in the box and the promo image.
Look at it with his legs spread, as well, and his little.
So if you want banana hammock Cyclops, then you know where to go. Assuming you're going to want this, so you could sell a 2-pack of Jean Grey and Storm to somebody.
Do you know what? This was one of the ones where, again, if it was on sale, I'd have picked it up for the Cyclops. But genuinely, the whole belt thing and the banana thong, I can't look at it any other way now. I'm like, no, that's not going on my shelf in my place.
You got to get it for the memories. Banana thong. Got to get it for the memories. So still, it's a good head sculpt on Wolverine. I like the screaming Wolverine.
Yeah, it
does appear to be completely pinless as well. So yeah, I think that's a good. Whoa, the police are coming to Adams for the sound of it.
It's the curse of living right in the city centre, isn't it?
So I don't know. We don't know what's happening over there, but somebody's come to arrest Adam. Let's just have a look in the chat. I can see. I'd say apologies. It's hard to keep up. There are so many of you in the chat. What is going on there? There was where are we? There we are. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, so I know he's in for the thing. Starting line at Reeves. Is it actually starting line at Reeves? So I didn't think they'd be allowed to use another line. So I'm assuming it wasn't actually. It was just like, it kind of looks like starting line, but maybe it is. But they don't usually use their tooling from one line to another. They don't seem to like to do that at Hasbro. So I don't know if Gambit is on the is it on that as well. Right, okay. There was so when we got these, August, September. So random 2-packs will be on sale. Yeah, I think 2 will do well. 1 probably won't. But then we get into the comic book reveals. So we're going to get a silver version of Storm. Is she white? Is she black? Is she silver when it comes to the outfit in the comic book? Nobody ever seems to decide. So we're going to have literally much the one we've never had, which is the more silver-looking version of Storm. Is that a wired soft goods cape, or they just flapped it and folded
Flapped it, yeah. To be fair, although maybe not a fan of the female figure, this is a good looking figure. Like I can't take away. If I was going to get a Storm figure, this would be the one I'd get. Like out of everyone I've seen, this would be the one I'd get.
Yeah, well, there we are. Adam, a secret Storm fan. But is he a fan of Doctor Doom? I'm assuming it's a Sorcerer Supreme. So Emperor Doom. Is this the big new story they're doing? Have you got a seagull with you now or something?
There's loads. I can't believe. I'm gonna have to put up with the heat and close the window. So just give me a second.
So if you don't know, Adam is in his back cave, but his back cave is not underground, it's in the roof. So the man is in the roof of the house as he streams. So he's now going to have to turn on the sweat box as we go through the round. I've got a nice fan. I've made myself some more room. I've prepared all week for this.
T-shirt off, drenched in sweat. It's going to be a right old late night stream, this.
Wow. Still nearly 50 of you with us. Thank you. Half an hour in. Thank you, everybody. We are literally half an hour in. We're still on the first bit of Marvel Legends. As Emperor Doom, is this a new story? This is the new crossover that's coming?
That's what I gathered from listening to Rich and Dan. It's not one I'm familiar with, but I gathered from them.
The after chat's now talking about pigeons and seagulls, so that penguins. You've set off some bird chat in the chat. A big fan of Doctor Doom here. He is one of my two top favorite Marvel characters, him and the Lizard, which we'll get to later with Mondo, because you can't imagine my excitement when they both got shown. So I'll be in for this. So Doctor Doom with the Moto, it's all going on. Star Fox and the Champion of the World. So Harry Styles from the post-credit scene of, I can't remember which bloody film it was. It was shit. What a weird scene that was. But yes, the comic version, Thanos' brother. So I do actually want him. And the Champion of the Universe. A name I've heard of, but I don't recognize the character design at all. So I've probably not actually seen anything with him in.
Well, this could work really well because I really want the Champion of the Universe. And I'm disinterested in Star Fox, so this could be one for you and I then. We could have a little split here. This man likes to split a 2-pack. So he looks quite muscly, the Champion of the Universe. He looks right up your alley. He's a bit bright. Like I have read a couple of issues with him in. He's a bit bright. Like the colours are a bit in your face. But other than that, I'm sure I remember one where he was in a boxing match at some point with some of the heroes from Earth. There was something like that going on. So that's kind of right up my street.
He's also part of Deadpool call, Mike X is saying there. People are confirming the comic book as well for Doctor Doom.
I didn't know that.
Well, there you go. Sticking me a Deadpool display. World War II Logan. This again was on the rumoured list that I thought was a bit bullshitty, but clearly not, because they are doing World War II Logan. Again, it's not a figure I'd think I would need it, but I don't actually mind it. I think
I like this. I like this. This is definitely one that I'm getting. I kind of do understand a little bit. Like we kind of wait for SDCC for so long, and everybody sits waiting for like the new reveals and the new characters. Now I love Wolverine. I love him. I've got virtually every version that Marvel Legends have done. Maybe like a couple that I've missed out on. But even I think they're taking the mick a little bit with the amount of Wolverines that were released just in this one stream. Even I think they're starting to get to the point where, like, you're taking the mick a little bit. There's so many characters that we don't have, and so many, like, alternative versions of mainstream characters that we don't have. I think this is going a bit OTT. However, I'm saying that, I'm 100% buying it.
Well, I'd pick this one up as well. So actually, a good point from Phoenix there. I've just quickly picked up in the chat. There's no bone claws because he had the bone claws in the film version at least. I don't know. I've never actually read a comic with it in, but I suppose at this time in World War II, he wouldn't have had his adamantium yet.
Yeah, no, he's right. Yeah, surely by this, because it's way after that, isn't it? That he's
that's a. Yeah, well, that's me off then. Well, there you go. You've saved me some money there, Phoenix. That's not a... Yeah, because he would have bone claws, wouldn't he? Let us know if we've missed something, but I do agree, actually. I think he should have bone claws, but maybe there is some art where he does have that. There is a... But, well, that could be one off. Inaccurate. We're moving on. Right. what the bloody hell is this? Warbow. So I know it's from the
Oh.
Crystar universe because I've seen the leaked list. Yeah, it looks like Crystar in green with a bow. So I guess you've got anything to say. We're going to move swiftly on.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Marvelous. So there we go. Right, Feral. So we are going to have a complete team. X-Force or X-Factor?
Either way, not getting added to mine. Although I'm really, really pleased about this reveal. This reveal made me smile because of how much I know. Like people like Rich wanted characters like this. But I did, whoever commented on Dan's stream about the lack of any fur sculpting.
She's not a very furry female. I always forget the teams mix up, X-Force and X-Factor. I'm going to go for X-Factor. But yeah, so Feral. So I know we've wanted Feral for a long time in Marvel Legends. I like the purple. I like the head sculpt. But yeah, there is a lack of fur on it. But she does have furry shoulders. Yes, I can see Jamie's just said that in the chat. So furry shoulders, smooth arms. Maybe it's accurate to a comic. I don't know enough about the character. I've just, from all the live stream over the years and people requesting this character, is the most. I know it's X-Force, Kevin. Thank you, Kevin BT.
Cheers,
So I don't know which team she's on. So, but she will be coming to the collection because I will complete the team, whichever one. I basically put X-Factor and X-Force together on the shelf. They just mix. They just merge. But they're both together next to each other on the shelf. There, I don't have to remember who's in which team. So that is my sneaky little trick. And right, here we go, Jamie. Now, Jamie's in the chat. Just say something, Jamie. Get excited because I know this is his most probably wanted figure of all time, by the sounds of it. Rachel Summers, Dark Phoenix from Excalibur, #1 from the cover. This has been on people's most wanted list for years. It comes up in all sorts of polls. I think it actually won the Dan Who Most Wanted poll last year because I remember doing the Super Substitute co-hosting on that day. So I know people want her. I'd like to have that cover on my shelf, so I'm happy to have her. She wasn't the top of my list, but I know she is so up there, so I'm very happy. Adam doesn't collect the females, so I'm sure he's also happy, though, because I'm sure you've heard the amount of people that want Rachel.
Yeah, vicariously happy because people that I like a lot and that are good friends of mine will be over the moon. So for you lot, I'm absolutely thrilled.
And Kevin Beatty has spotted the mini comic in the corner, so this has to be, as obviously alluded to, mini comic wave 2. Now, I've got mini comic wave 1 in. To be honest, I don't mind the mini comics. Because I'm not comparing it to a Build-A-Figure, because clearly they've just given up on Build-A-Figures. So basically, the question you have to ask yourself, is it better than nothing? Because your other option isn't a Build-A-Figure, because they're not going to give it to you. So your only other option is nothing in the pack. So it's not costing any more than the rest of the waves. It's that or nothing. So I'll have a little comic. I can do something with it.
Yeah, if it's that or nothing. But for me, whatever they put into producing that, if they included one extra little plastic accessory, I'd rather that. Yeah. But you're right. If it was that or nothing, then it doesn't hurt anybody. But yeah.
If it's that or a Build-A-Figure, the worst decision of all time. If it's that or a bath, but clearly I think they've shit the bed when it comes to Build-A-Figures now. I think unfortunately the days of the bath are long gone. So another thing to add to our woes as toy collectors there, but still nearly 50 of you with us. So thank you very much. It's San Diego Comic Con, so it's just great to see everybody with us, and we will keep going. As I say, this is the latest I've ever started the live stream, and you've all turned up. So I'm very grateful for everybody that is watching. As I say, super chats are live. The streak is alive, but feel free to help try and fund this one, people, because oh my god, here we go. Mephisto then was the final reveal, but we've got better images, so we'll close that tab off. We'll go over to this one, because they've already released the official images. So where do we start? I said I'm on some stream somewhere. I'm on record somewhere saying if they do Mephisto, I hope he's crowdfunded. Or not crowdfunded, sorry. I hope he's made to order because they might do him with a throne. So I know I've said it at some point. I know a lot of people have also said that. But I was hoping this is what they would do at some point in the future. And they've gone and I hope they keep this going because I'm already thinking Madam Web from Spider-Man. We need Madam Web from Spider-Man done this way as well. With a nice big this looks really, really good. I know everybody's been wanting Mephisto for years, and I am on that train with you all because I've never bought the Marvel Select one. Shout out Super Turret 5000, shout out Tanner, who's probably going to be selling a very cheap
Desperately
Diamond
trying
Select.
off-road Select. He's been touting it in every chat he's a member of.
I've been tempted over I don't like mixing the selects in with the legends because there's too much paint on them. I don't think the aesthetic misses, but I did think the throne would work. So I've always been looking for the throne, but this blows that throne out. This sculpt on this throne is immense. This is an absolute thing of beauty. From the back there with the skull on. We got soft goods loincloth. So he said you can pop them apart at the torso, get the loincloth off. You've got yourself a soft goods cape. Not the greatest quality of soft goods when it comes to our friends at Hasbro. You got the plastic cape if you need it, but he needs the soft goods capes to sit down. He's got a long sword. I just saw Dan's reaction starting. I'll get more of that on the after show. Because, oh my God, yes, Mephisto is finally here. My only critique is I wanted a slightly lighter skin tone alternate head to give him the sort of Infinity Gauntlet look where he has a slightly different skin tone. But at this point, I'll just take a Mephisto. And this one, to be fair, looks really good. They've resculpted the dodgy toes. That throne is bloody epic. So it is made to order. So it's effectively a HasLab, not a HasLab, but you don't pay up front. So you'll have 30 days to pre-order this starting tomorrow. I think, again, it's going to be 7:30 in the evening UK time. 30 days to pre-order, but they won't charge you for the pre-order. So to just get your pre-order in, you can cancel it later if you need to, because if you don't, you'll be probably paying double on the aftermarket. So if you are after Mephisto, which I'm sure I bet they're going to sell gangbusters units on this thing. So, Adam, I've just waffled, so carry on.
No, I'm with you on pretty much everything that you've said. Again, personally, I don't care enough about the character that for me it'll warrant the price of ordering it, but it looks phenomenal. Like they have done such a good job, genuinely so good that for the fantasy element of the throne, depending on the price, I'd half consider ordering it just to get the bloody throne. But yeah, this is a cracking piece. Like I think Dan said about one of them, you can just admire a good action figure, like even if it's not for you, this one's maybe not for me, I don't care enough about them, but this is a fantastic figure. Great set.
Yeah, it just looks, that's great. Anybody not like this, let us know in the chat. Let's have a look, see what's going on down there in the chat. Price points, I guess he was saying under 100. I would say 80. I would go for it probably the same price as Dragon Man because it's not a massive figure.
It's not.
It is new too, and the throne. What's that? 30? I don't know. I'd say maybe 90. 40 for the figure, 50 for the throne and accessories. Maybe 90, 80 to 90. I think I'm going to agree. It's going to be under £100. I can't see it being more than that. They could probably push for 100, couldn't they? You could see them pushing for 99.99 on this. Somewhere, I don't know. 80 seems fair. 90 to 100 probably pushing it, but they probably will think we'll pay it, which we probably will. I don't know. We'll find out in less than 24 hours. What are you thinking?
I reckon this will be one of the ones where I don't go into it, and then the first time that I come to yours again after you get it, I'll see it in your display and be like, I should have ordered this figure. That it's just got that written all over it for me. There's been a couple where I've passed on, and then I've usually seen them in your display. A couple in Dan's where I've seen them in the display and gone, I should have got that figure. I reckon this could be one.
Well, what you need to do then is pre-order it.
It's pre-order it. No,
and you can just cancel it.
I know, and I can just cancel it. You're right. You're right.
So
maybe I'll have a look price wise because I'm not being mugged for something that I'm not too fussed about. So yes, with everybody else in the chat there, depending on the price, I might have a look.
So Kevin Beatty's our low end. It's 75, I think. There, looking at the top. Maybe well, you've always got the option. You can have a Marvel Diamond Select version from Tanner here. He'll probably do it you for a tenner. So there's always options when it comes to that.
There's always option Plan B.
That is a minute one, day one. That'll be pre-ordered tomorrow at 7:30. Absolutely, that is a front row Marvel. Look at that. You're a bloody Conan collector, son.
No, I know that's what I mean.
It's
the fantasy element kind of goes in with the Conan.
Yeah, I would advise you pre-order that, and
of course,
deal with it later.
Of course, you would.
let's have a look in person at the throne. We can literally jump over here. Then we're now on Toy Ark. Shout out Toy Ark. So let's have a look at some closer. So we've covered Marvel in about 45 minutes, but let's have some closer looks then at the sculpt work in some actual more natural lighting. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. There's a load of images.
It is. Yeah, it's really good.
They've actually bothered to paint it, which is nice. So we've got some nice paint shading there. I think Curtis is saying the same price as Dragon Man, which is where I was at, about £80. We will see. It's not the biggest throne in the world, actually, looking at it. So yeah, I think there's a good chance it'll be around the £80 price point. Let's have a look. We got throne. Let's have a look at the figure then. So it looks like the side of Dwight's store there. He's still got a bit of facial hair. We can see from that shot. Hasn't shaved it all off. Yeah, the toes look better. Definitely much more pointy than they were last time. He was right. They have resculpted them with your butterflies, of course, pinless. The head sculpts look really good. The hair looks good. It does this.
Sod it. I'm going to order. Yeah.
I think I'm going to go on record and say it's going to be one of the best looking Marvel Legends of all time. This is
a
fantastic looking figure. There you go. See, enabling live on the channel. Super chats now accepted from Figure Cave Collectibles there for the for the advice he has just received there and the money I've saved him on the aftermarket when he'd probably be paying at least 150 quid for this when he gets a dirty case of FOMO in about a year's time. Okay, that's Mephisto then, looking pretty good. So what else we got here on Toy Ark? So we could literally just go. Oh my god, we could be here for 7 years, right?
We could do this all over again.
Right, so there's a cowl. It is dark blue rather than black. I'm assuming they think that's accurate. So there we go. So there he is. You can see the waistband does lift up. We can have a zoom in.
I mean, it's still quite thongish.
It's you can see a little bit of yellow. I think you're gonna have to get this now just for the pure memories of Thong Cyclops on this display. So there is Storm. The cape. It's not that's not quite looking as good as I was thinking. No, the cape looks looks like the old cape to me, having had that figure.
That doesn't look anywhere near as good as it did in the promo.
No, it didn't. Yeah, so
sure.
Wolverine's a bit. Well, there you go. So
that looks equally as bad as it did in the promo.
So shout out to Toy Ark. They have got their watermark there, but they are giving us all this coverage for free. So thank you to them. We've got the basketball fits in. Oh, Rogue is in soft. It's not a sculpted piece then. So there is a bit of rag on Rogue on the rag. That does not sound good at all.
It does not sound good.
It doesn't. Yeah, that's not going to sell, is it? That one's not going to sell.
No, you'll pick that up.
I don't like that cape. I don't like that cape, people. I liked it a minute ago when Is there an alternate cape in there? There must be an alternate cape in there.
Because it looked, I'm sure, what isn't the original one? Didn't it look a lot squarer as well, rather than?
I think maybe there's two. It might be a windswept one. I've shut the tab now, so we'll never find it again. Let's have a look at Logan.
Yes, there he is.
There he is. He does have pins in the knees, though.
I know that's a bit of a but to be fair, I'm not the pin snob the rest of you are, because most of my collection has pins.
Yeah, I'm not too bothered about the pins either.
No,
he's eyeing up Cyclops though. He's looking at him like, look at that thong.
Yeah, mind you, Gene. Look at these buns.
Gambit is getting worse with every shot. This is not going to go well for poor Gambit here. Poor Gambit fella. There was. Oh my god, we got this. He's got a bit stubble. So
he looks like he's had a stomach operation. It looks like he's had part of his lower intestine removed.
Have they never seen a wrestling figure? How did they get to this? This is a weird choice. Just put a rocker in. What the? Yeah. Okay. Right. So weird. Let's just zoom through a few of these. Let's have a close up of Jean. So that does look a much improved version of Jean compared to the one we had previously. It will not stand up. A classic case of falling over from Jean. Morph is as skinny in person as I thought he was. Well, we're going back to Gambit. I can't get him off the bloody screen.
Get rid of Gambit. Let's move on from Gambit.
Right, so there's one we hadn't seen earlier. So there is, Jean Grey. There's Emma Frost. So there's Emma Frost. She is in the high heels, but she does appear to be standing. I do like the head sculpt. I like the Core City thing. So I'm definitely in for that one. Adam would take a real life version of Emma Frost, but will not be
without
the
she. Yes, I'd add her to my
for the-
collection. But
for the 6-inch versions. Let's take a closer look at Cable then. Now this one looks pretty good.
he looks good.
It looks nice and colourful there. Nice and colourful. We've got Dan Hayden talking about budgie smugglers as I just look down at the chat. There is we got okay. Yeah, looking nice indeed. So we've got we don't get that. I thought we might have been getting something with that actual effect for Magneto, but we could actually do with that effect rather than it just being for the Dio purposes only. So there's the X-Men 97 stuff.
Just very quickly touching on the Dio, I thought they did a really good job. I thought the Dio looked really good.
It does. Oh, look, they've read my mind. Oh. They've put him in Professor X's suit.
There you go.
Oh, that does look good. I have problems. I haven't got two. Anybody? Wonder if Uncle Ali's got a dodgy version of the suit because I'm assuming Professor X is quite expensive, and I don't need another hover chair. So, yeah, it does. That is the good suit to put him in as well. That does look good. The Jubilee looks better actually in person than I was thinking. So actually, I don't mind Jubilee. It's all going to look nice next to this Sentinel, though. Yeah, I like the effect as well. It's an interesting effect they've got for Jubilee there. We've got Mary Jane in her. So we can have a look at the card now. We got the full look at the card. So Iron Spider, Stark upgrade. Here we go. We got Vigilance. We got put a +1/+1 counter on each artifact, and you will own your vehicle or control. I have no idea what it's talking about, but there you go. So let's hope that is an exclusive card, and we can get our money back.
Yeah, let's hope that's a very valuable card.
And there is Human Werewolf. So there's a look at John Jameson as well. So we must be coming into the oh yes, please. So we have the we've seen that torso before, haven't we, on one of the goblin-y characters. So I like the head, I like legs, classic Marvel Legends boots. So actually easier for them to put together than his other look. Is probably what they've gone for this look.
Yeah.
So that's actually they can reuse parts. So yeah, but I definitely want to add him to the collection. So there we go. Any more? So there's the packaging. Is a bigger box though, so are we getting a slightly higher price? But we probably are, aren't we? I guess these will probably be at 35 or something, but we will see soon when it comes to that. And then that was all Mephisto. I think we've done it, people. I think we've covered Marvel Legends in less than 1 hour. Well, achievement, people. Achievement. Absolute rapid fire. So let's change topic, I suppose. So that was Marvel Legends. Where on earth do we go next? So the Star Wars panel must have been happening while we were on. So
I think it was because Robo was uploading some stuff and Swoosh had a few bits
uploaded from Star Wars panel? I can see something Star Wars here, so we'll jump to this instead. We'll go Star Wars next. So we can see here on Toy Arc, they announced this yesterday, maybe day before, the full exclusive. Oh, I want this. I do want this. So unlimited power. So we have Darth Sidious, Emperor Palpatine himself, getting full old man wrinkly as Samuel L. Jackson gives him the purple lightsaber. Oh, yes. This is the Black Series, to be fair, are giving me some shit I actually want. So the Revenge of the Sith exclusive piece, I'm assuming will be going up in about a week's time. I'm hoping you've heard my thoughts on that. One of the greatest things I've ever seen in toy form, because I love Revenge of the Sith and I love this scene as well. This is I've bought the hot toy here of the Darth Sidious in this look. So it doesn't look as good as the hot toy, but it's not gonna for the price point. But I can at least play about with this one and recreate the scene because I have broken my purple lightsaber. So I could do with a new Sam Jackson with purple lightsaber. I wish he came with 2 blades and I could have replaced my other one. I don't know if he's new. Any Star Wars experts in the chat, let me know if that's a new sculpt on Mace Windu there. I don't know, but this, I like both looks. One of my most wanted figures has always been this version of Chancellor Palpatine. Just plain, boring politics. I don't know. I enjoy Star Wars plain boring politics, and this is a definition of that. So yeah, I'm definitely in on this. Absolutely in on this. Are you in on this? I don't know how much Star Wars you dabble in the Sith, I do believe.
Yeah, I mean, I love a lot of the earlier Star Wars stuff, and I really like the prequel trilogy. I drifted off a little bit after that, and some of the animated stuff, but I don't think I quite like this enough for it to make the display, because I've got the Emperor and his throne, which I bought at your house when it was re-released, and we got it on Amazon, and then I had to wait about a year and a half for it to arrive. And I've got a Mace Windu as well. So yeah, so I don't think I'll be in on this, but as soon as I saw it, I was like, I know a man who will love this, given the place in your heart that Revenge of the Sith was.
Yeah, this is a great little set for me there. Yes, a nice little backdrop, Damien. This will look very nice. How much is it? I don't even look. Was it 50? Yeah, normal price as well, only 50.
Yeah, that's really good.
That. And Kurt K would shoot me if I didn't cover anything for a vintage collection. So Kurt, this is for you, because I thought this initially was Black Series. I was getting excited because we're getting both versions there of the head for Anakin, but it's actually vintage collection. But hold on. I've just had a brainwave, because I collect one film when it comes to vintage collection.
You do.
It happens to be Return of the Master Jedi. So I can actually buy this. Oh, for fuck's sake, I have to actually buy this now. Oh, I can't. Oh. Well, this is a live thing here. At 11:30 at night, I've just realised I collect vintage collection. Let me go to full screen. You'll actually be able to see. Because if you look to the top
tell
me,
everyone your collection's too big without telling them your collection's too big, when you don't realise till midstream that oh shit, this is my collection.
Up there, you'll see the Jabba's palace, and it's on the top. So that is where my one bit of 3 3/4 is. So I can get away with this. I can actually buy it. Oh, I don't want to buy those. So I found it far too much. How much is that going to cost me? Kurt K, shout out to ND Jevs Fan 33 on Instagram. I'm sure he'll be watching us on the replay because the man is on a plane. But yeah, that's even more expensive than the Black Series. Oh no, it's not. I can't read. I forgot Adam off the screen. It's all gone to farce. 10 people have vanished since we stopped talking about Marvel Legends. So thank you to everybody who stuck with us as we talk about every toy line here, not just Marvel. So no, apparently the Mace Windu set is 60. And the 3 3/4 is 50. So I put it the wrong bloody way round. So they have put the price up for the Black Series. And right, okay. So I'm in for 110, adding them both together anyway. So we've discovered this live on the stream.
That's not too bad.
It's not too bad.
Exclusives. That's all right.
Oh, I'm actually really pleased I can actually buy that. That's gonna. I haven't bought any 3 3/4 in a long time. Mike summed it up there.
Yeah. Well done, Mike. Well done. That's
okay. So there's those. So let's go over to see if we can get anything on Jedi Insider. Has JC got anything up from the? Oh, we got a HasLab. We got a HasLab, people. It better not be. I haven't even looked yet. I haven't looked. I haven't pressed the button. But I've not looked. If this is a sandcrawler, I am fucked. Please don't be a sandcrawler, because I've got space up there for a sandcrawler. It is. It's a vintage collection. It's 450 and he's 8,000 backers. Can't see. Oh, it's a Republic gunship. 450. Fucking hell. Right. Okay. So, for my personal collection, I luckily own a Republic gunship in 3 3/4 inch scale, because I bought the original one for about £150 2 years ago off eBay. That looks like a good purchase now, because this one's 450 and I wouldn't want the figures. And it looks pretty much the same to me. I'm assuming there is a lot more new sculpt here. This is probably not just a redo. So let's have a look. So we've got a couple of Jedi I'm not going to try and name. We've got we've got interchangeable pieces to make it the different version from the Clone Wars animated show, I would assume. I'm literally talking about this on the fly. So there's the pilots. You've got the stand. Okay, I like the stand. You've got the balls, as we like to call it here. So Matt has this in Lego. What's he changed the name to? Off by a Studies changed the name of his YouTube channel to now. So go over to check out Matt and his Lego. Now he is still alive. He's back in the country, and he does have this in Lego form. So which made me buy it in 3 1/4 inch form. But okay, it's now a HasLab. So I know people have been wanting this, but is it worth 450? Okay, it's bigger. More than 20% bigger. So it's they're comparing it to the one I have. So they're saying my girth is not enough.
Yeah. They are.
So okay, right. So it is much bigger. Well, luckily then I definitely can't buy it because mine is literally at max. I don't know if you can get it on camera. At max capacity when it comes to door. No, you can't. If I can tilt the camera up, there we go. There you go. There it is. It's just up there. It's just up there next to some paper, and it's literally hitting the door. So we can't get any more. We couldn't buy that if we needed to. So luckily, I don't need to purchase this. But okay, we got some again. Jedi. Any good at Jedi names? No idea.
Not a clue.
Not a clue. It's getting back on the screen. Let's get him back on the screen. Let's get the screen share going. There we go. Okay. So bigger balls then. Yeah. So people are fitting the people fitting in the balls. Yeah, they are supposed to fit in the balls. Damien was hoping for a bantha. Patrick's still with us. That's a pass from him then. Jamie is telling us it's nice but not in my scale. Well, it's not in my scale for that, but what I do is I display the 3 3/4-inch big ass vehicles behind the Black Series figures. Obviously it's not to scale, but it does make nice sort of backdrop pieces.
It works, yeah. When you do that and you display, it looks really good. It always.
But the one vehicle I didn't have was a sandcrawler. So they did a sandcrawler from the original film, and I would have been in on that. But luckily, I don't need this. I'm assuming you're not going to buy this.
Oh God, no! God, no! I have a ludicrously big Star Wars ship on the floor in my room, thanks to you.
Oh yes, I get him. He came here. He ended up with the Black Series TIE Fighter. Finally got out of the loft.
I don't need another one.
Yeah, so there's the information up on the screen then. So 10,000 backers, 12,000. Okay, so you get some more figures and you can get some more Jedi as we go up. But they want 450 then, 8,000 backers by the 8th of September. To me, it seems a little expensive. It's 20% bigger than the other one.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot more.
450 quid.
450. Kay, when you're on the replay, let me know. Are you picking this up? And anybody else out there, let me know as well. So that is the HasLab. That has literally dropped while we're being on the air. So let's have a look at the panel. JC, what have you got for us here on Jedi Insider? You've got the Acolyte then. So the Stranger from the Acolyte. I've never seen it, but it's a cool mask.
Yeah, I've never seen the show, but I have seen some clips of scenes with him in, and they looked really good, and he looks really. So yeah, he's going in the Sith display that I've got up here. Without
I'm assuming he needs a Sith from the red lightsaber.
Just the red lightsaber, yeah. I mean, that's all I'm going on. But,
okay.
Yeah.
What is this? What is it? Oh, is this? Holy shit!
Yeah, this is amazing.
Oh, shout out Hero.Collections, Brandon. So our good friend Brandon has, of course, infamously joined Hasbro. He's on the Star Wars team. He's going to have some influence in this. What is this? Are we getting a full-on Bespin, like, sort of dio?
Yeah, this looks banging. When you said about they've released the dio before the stream started, this is what I thought you were talking about. This is what I thought you'd just seen.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what I was looking at. There was all sorts of things. I was like, is this? It is. Oh, I wanted this in Lego form, but now I can have it in 6-inch form. So what have we got here? We have got. Is that a new? Well, it must be a new. We got battle damage on Luke. Got battle damage. So there's battle damage on Luke's knee. So we've got a battle damage Luke. He looks like he's got a black eye. Does his hand come off? His hand's gonna have to come off.
There's a shot. There's a shot of him cutting the hand off.
Oh, hello. Oh, that might be a bendy. I think we've got a bendy in Vader's cape for the first time. I think we've got a bendy wire. Oh, we've moved on. Right, okay, we'll go back. It looks like we've got a bendy wire. Well, okay. That is cool. Right.
I'm sure there was another shot as well that shows, when he slashes.
We'll plow through and we'll see what is going on here. We've also got a Anakin and Clone Captain Rex 2-pack. We literally have just had those two figures.
Yeah.
But now we are getting them packed together. Okay, that seems a bit of a weird one. Okay, so we don't need that. Jango Fett. Yeah, we could do a new Jango Fett. That one's crap. Is that a new body? Let's hope it's a new body. I can't tell from that. I'm hoping it's a new body. Anybody know? Let us know. Is that SARS Ventress in a different outfit with a helmet? It looks like a SARS Ventress. Yes, a SARS Ventress bounty hunter from the Clone Wars. So she will be purchased as well. She won't be purchased for... I mean, yes, this rule doesn't apply when it comes to space creatures.
It applies to space creatures too.
It applies to space creatures. We'll move on. Jango Fett. It doesn't look too new to me, but again, I'm not the greatest on sculpts, but I'm hoping it's new. Face looks new. The body doesn't look particularly new. Yeah, so, right, okay. So we are getting some form of anything in the write-up here. Vader and Luke diorama pack. So I don't know when it's coming out. Pre-orders open for some stuff tomorrow. Is it coming out tomorrow? Anybody in the chat help us out? We are live on the internet as San Diego Comic-Con keeps developing. I've got to go back to this because this looks fantastic. Oh, we're going to have a... Oh, I want to recreate this scene. This is brilliant. This is just what I wanted for Star Wars. World building and dioramas, not just in the 3 3/4 size, but in the Black Series. So I've got about 7 double shelves ready for Star Wars in here. Star Wars on that side, G.I. Joe on that side is what we're going to be to give myself a lot more space in this new layout I've got. So this is perfect for the top shelf. Oh, yes, very nice. What's going on in the chat? Let me know.
If you go to Brandon's Instagram.
Brandon's Instagram. Yes, I can do that.
He posted a picture of the hand getting cut off.
Oh, right, okay. Now I was... You can tell it's nearly midnight because what did I type into Google there? I just typed the word Brandon's Instagram. No, that's not going to really help me.
No worries, Jay. No worries, Jay. There you go.
But the AI clearly has not stepped it up because here we are on Brandon's Instagram. So Hero Dot Collection. Shout out, Brandon. This is, oh my goodness me, that's a better photo as well. So we've got the Cloud City. Oh, there it is. It's coming off. It's coming off. There was a, is it just peg out though? I might just peg. It might just be a peg. It doesn't look like a chop to me. I don't think it's an interchangeable forearm, but his hand, at least his hand comes off. So his hand is coming off. We've definitely got sculpted battle damage by the looks of it there. You're getting your, are you buying this? So that's, I didn't even know. So
yeah. I just, because it'll come as just a ready-made display, won't it? So I've got a Vader, but it was one of the early ones that was released, so I could do with a new Vader anyway. So yes, definitely getting this.
Yeah. Is this a standard release? Somebody's asked, and Brandon has confirmed. Thank you, Brandon, confirming here on Instagram. This is a Pulse exclusive. So this will be a Pulse exclusive, and they've just sold 2 live here on Instagram. Well, not live. What the hell am I saying? I have not been to sleep. I have not been to sleep for days. I usually go to bed about 11. Last night I went to bed about 2:30. Worked all day and then came to this. So but we are going to be ploughing through because it's SDC season. Oh, another thing. Oh, cheeky monkey would have gone to bed at a sister's house now and not be seeing this, but this is something else I'm going to have to purchase. This is very good. SDCC is getting better by the hour, by the day. I collect far too much shit, but everything is just bringing fire.
It's a nightmare for you from that point of view, from a wallet point of view, but in terms of the reveals this year have been fantastic.
Right. So that is Star Wars. Star Wars really good. We've got the HasLab as well. So if you're back in the HasLab, well, that is going on. We're going to, whose Instagram are we on now? Toy Migos. We're going to go to Toy Migos. So I'll just check the how everybody was saying in the chat as well. There was Craig's going hit. Holy crap from Kevin BT. Curtis let me know the Acolyte was a really good show. Should have never been cancelled. I will get around to watching it. Mike X has confirmed Wired Cape. What else have we got here? Curtis, don't do Star Wars. Might have to get the GI. Yeah, we haven't gone to GI Joe yet. My goodness me. Full con, Susan and Damien's having a nice little smile. So right, here we go. Right, Mondo. We're going to do Mondo now. We're going any. Oh my God! I'm going to bounce. I'm going to bloody bounce people here. Holy shit! Now, I may have said earlier in the stream a factual statement that I'm going to cut down the Mondo. So I pulled at least 10 out, and I've redone this. For now, the redone. I might have a buyer on a couple, so you never know. So I've pulled out a few, and I said I'm going to focus on Spider-Man the Animated Series and selected characters. So I still got Clayface on pre-order. Really excited for Clayface. And I said if I am literally like Nostradamus this week. I said if they make a Two-Face, there's room for Two-Face. What have they shown this week? Two-Face. So we'll get into that in a second. And then I said my focus is going to be on Spider-Man the Animated Series. And I have 2. I am more of a villains guy than I am a heroes guy. So when it comes to Mondo price point, I thought maybe I won't collect as many X-Men. I'll just get Wolverine. Got to keep that Rogue. The best sculptor thing I've ever seen on toy is that Rogue's proportions. It looks fantastic. So, but I will leave room just for a couple of villains. So maybe Juggernaut, if he would come from X-Men, but he hasn't been shown, so I thought that's fine. Okay, but I'm going to focus on my favorite. If I had to pick a favorite of those animated shows, it is Spider-Man the Animated Series by a country mile. It's the reason I like Marvel, so that's what I want. And my two favorite villains are the Lizard and Doctor Doom. By far my favorite Marvel characters. I got a signed Todd McFarlane in the living room of a Lizard cover. The very first episode of the animated series is Night of the Lizard, and I love it. And then I opened Instagram. I don't know, was it last night? But in the middle of the night, God knows it was, because I just got out the Fantastic Four, so no spoilers. I thought it was a fantastic film, no pun intended. So go and see it if you haven't, but we better not talk about that because I'm sure everybody hasn't seen it yet. So I got out of that. I was on a real high from that, so that was good. Then we stopped at McDonald's because anything was open at 11 o'clock at night. So I was happening at McDonald's, I think. And then I got through. I tell you exactly where I was. I know exactly where I was. We parked the car. And Dan, who sent me a message. And it was this. So as I opened the car door, I ejaculated to the street my excitement vocally. There was no filth here, people, of what I had just seen. I couldn't contain myself. Cheeky man goes, what the fuck are you doing? It's bloody nighttime. People are in bed. As I vocalize my excitement for this, I wanted a lizard. They gave me a lizard. So all we've got is literally basically an image from the cartoon and the different head sculpts they are going to give it. Neogenic Recombinator as well. So it's going to be massive. Oh, yes. So, yeah, I'm trying to cut down because I realised, the budget ain't going to stretch that far forever. So you've got to be more focused. But then, boom, they fucking hit me with that. And don't panic. Don't panic, people, because you thought, at least it's only that. Don't panic. Do not have a panic, because a few seconds later, who else turns up? Dr. Pittin Doom that turns up. He's barely in Spider-Man the Animated Series. He doesn't hit till the last season. But I love him. I love that design. All of his heads. He's got his Fantastic Four cartoon head there with the red eyes as well. So, again, it's just an image. So the only consolation is because it's just images. We'll be at least a year away probably from pre-ordering. So it's definitely going to be a future J problem. But they are making both of the characters, both of my favorite. I don't even know what I'm fucking saying. This is fantastic. So Mondo, I don't know what to say. They also showed well, Dan's in now, so welcome, son, because there's Beast. So Beast, I can probably flog him the rest of the X-Men. Actually, there we go. We can recuperate some funds because Mezco Beast as well. Again, very early stages. Just literally, he's a bit more. He looks a bit more like digitally sculpted. So Beast may be a bit closer than the rest of them. But yeah, so they were. Speak his name and he shall appear. There he is.
There we go.
There he is. Welcome. If you'd like some X-Men, there's plenty down there. I can tell you some X-Men. Don't panic. There's a Dr. Wallop finisher. That's well put. Home, dude. Yeah, I even got the word right. Neogenic Recombinator 2 with the Lizard. Damon is waiting on Mysterio and Shocker. Kevin, it might be the first time you've seen it because there's not a lot of panel footage out there. If you go and check, I think Mad Hatter this evening has literally just released a video with some of the panel footage, but I was looking for this panel footage last night and it wasn't coming. It was just the images. So yeah, so that is what Mondo showed at their panel. They also showed Batgirl as well. There is stuff in the booth. We might get to that, but I just wanted to talk about those briefly for a second. I've not let Adam talk in about 10 minutes, so talk.
Well, that's all right. I'm not in on Mondo, but again, can appreciate them from a distance. I think they'll be cracking looking figures. And again, if I were going to go into it, I reckon, Spider-Man the Animated Series would probably be up there for X-Men, maybe not so much. The Batman, I think I prefer my scale, but I think the Spider-Man ones look really good in that scale.
Yes, we're going to go completely random now as we go through because I've just seen this and I thought I've got that excited. I think he might get that excited about this. So, Random Tab, who's Instagram I'm on now, I don't even know, Action Figure Insider. Shout out to you. Because there is a Mezco Hulk, the floor is yours.
Yes, fantastic. As soon as I saw it, I was like, yeah, it's one of my probably top 3 reveals of the whole of Comic-Con. The other one's a Hulk. My top reveal of the whole of Comic-Con's a Hulk, just a different one. But yeah, this is fantastic. The sculpting, the skin texture, the head sculpt's really good. Yeah, I can't wait to get this.
So your first Mezco?
Yes, yeah. First Mezco. I'm not a big fan traditionally of Mezcos. Like, I don't like them. I think it's because, like you said earlier, I'm a bit of a physique snob, and I think underneath the cloth goods you can never really see, so they all just look a bit rounded, a bit smooth and rounded for me. I've never really liked them as a line, but that's evidently not a problem here. The fact they've covered up his legs with the pants, but I don't give a shit about that. But yeah, this is going to be my first one, and what a start to collect that line.
Yeah, it does look good. So I've pulled a few. I've done the rearranging of the Mezcos.
I was going to say, didn't you? Yeah, you had. Did you have some in the sale pile as well?
If I duck my head, they're literally in the top cube behind me. As you see, Wolverine,
I can see Wolverine
sticking out. So I've got a few I've moved out. I condensed literally to 1 cube. I used to have like 8 units of Mezco, so they are definitely going to be in the sale pile. I've had a bit of a yellowing issue when it comes to some of the ones in white goods, which has been a bit annoying. So that annoyed me. So I pulled a lot of them out of the collection. But Classic Dick is still in there, people. Have no fear. So I'm out on Mezco. Then Adam is in. So that is not a sentence of what we've seen. And at 5 to midnight, we have a super chat here. Thank you, Mr. Dan, who reviews himself with the £5 for the streak. P.S. I will do an extra show when you finish. Thank you for the £5. We delayed our start. If you give us another, probably about half an hour, we'll join you on the after show because Kiara's out. He's on his own, so we will join you if you would like us. So thank you for the super chat, Mr. Dan, who there. So the streak is doing well, and we're nearly up to 50 viewers again. So Star Wars, we finished Marvel. People left. Star Wars, I don't like. Anything else, they're all back. So everybody, thank you. Brilliant numbers watching us this evening here at nearly midnight. So I'm just going to go randomly clicking around here to see what we've got next. So there's a load of wrestling, but I think I might leave that for a separate video because there's like literally about 2 hours worth of that. So what have we covered? Let's have a look. So I know Todd's literally just done a panel, isn't he? So let's go to McFarlane because what has been shown, because we'll literally go through tonight's stuff as well. So that is a thingy. There we go. There we go. McFarlane is a disgrace, says the watcher. That's perfect timing to go in. But what's that? You saying?
You timed that really well.
He wants $60 for Zatanna. I have seen that. There was it's in a 2-pack, isn't it? So there's a $60 tip. Yeah. Right. Let me go over to the screen share then. So Todd has literally just done a panel, and what we got. So the Winter 25 GameStop and EB Games exclusive. David, Evan, and Smith, where are you? I haven't seen him this evening. Hopefully, he watches on the replay. If you don't, you can catch him on Justin Collects here. He'll be live streaming, I'm assuming, tomorrow night now. Saturday night, Saturday night about 2 a.m. UK time. I'm sure Justin will be covering SDCC as well, so you can get David's thoughts on this. But I know David has been angling for the penguin and his little penguin vehicle thing. And it does look fun. I bet it's going to be some crazy money as well, actually, to be fair. But yeah, I was moving McFarlane stuff to make room for this film for Batman Returns when I fell through the ceiling. So I'm going to be out on this line. Too many memories.
Did you leave that much room?
I've got now, to be honest, about 8 empty shelves over the 2 rooms because I made enough room for future expansion because there will be some more lines to come as we go through, but I didn't leave room for that. So you actually are probably in on the McFarlane movie stuff, I'm thinking, so you might buy that.
Probably not that. Definitely in the Batman Returns wave. So I want that was on my top list of Batman figures. I wanted the with the different ab sculpt that he's got on the suit. So I wanted that Batman Returns Batman again. It same as all collectors. Money and space are my primary issues. There simply is not room for a giant duck, in in my room at all. I think for anybody who's on Dan's stream regularly, a duck with wheels that actually goes, there's, I think that's an appropriate purchase for a lot of Dan's fans.
Well, that could be a duck race. Yes, that could be a duck race, wouldn't it? Couldn't it? But,
It could.
So there is the wave Adam was talking about. So they've shown it again. That's the second or third time they've actually shown this here. So they're eventually going to be coming fall 25. Penguin Commandos, Max Shreck, Catwoman, and Batman. I'm just going to wait for the hot toys, is my rule. Batman is coming. He's on pre-order. So I'm just going to hope they do a Patwoman. I have combined Penguin and Catwoman. To Patwoman. So, yeah, shout out David. I'm sure he wants those. And shout out the legend, of course, of Ozzy Osbourne, who we tragically lost this week. I've put a few posts out on Instagram, but never said anything on the channel. My teenage years, I used to dress as this man. I used to have a long black leather coat that I've still got, and I used to have his glasses. Black Sabbath was, I don't know, everything to me as a teenager. So to lose Ozzy is a tragedy this week. But yes, rest in peace to Ozzy Osbourne. And there is a McFarlane statue. So I know that has been shown before, but he's just had that on the panel. And of course, we lost Hulk Hogan as well. Yesterday, I'll talk more about the Hulk's probably on the wrestling video. But again, wrestling would not be, I know he's a very controversial figure these days, but wrestling would not be where it would be these days if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan. So, okay, rest in peace to Hulk Hogan as well. And Zatanna. So here is aforementioned. The Watcher just mentioned Zatanna here. And she's coming. I forget what his name is. What's the Sherlock monkey called?
Yeah, I can't remember either.
Chat, help us out. What's the Sherlock monkey called? There is, but so this, I'm assuming, is
this is what they want 60.
I'm assuming this is what the Watcher was talking about. Detective Chimp. Thank you, Watcher. I'm assuming this is a 2-pack, which, yeah, what would McFarlane be usually 25? He'd still charge full price for that. So 50, I can. Yeah, it's not the greatest price point, is it? To be honest,
I agree with the Watcher wholeheartedly. That's a disgrace for that pack.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's not as much as he charged. I've moved the McFarlane's here. Actually, I've cut Todd down so much. He got cut down from 5 shelves to 4. I've sold him 4 times. He got cut down to 2, but I'd had to move the 2. I've cut him down to 1.5. So there's plenty of McFarlane in my sale pile. So he's down to 1.5 now.
It's still not the most ridiculous price. The most ridiculous price he ever did was the chat show set from the Joker.
Oh my God, film. 250. Yeah,
that was in anybody
that
who
was
bought that
absolutely
their head examined.
Absolutely ridiculous. So the Turtles, I did a video on this earlier in the week, but this is wave 2 then of the IDW Turtles. I thought maybe I was in for a mint on card set, but as time has gone on over the last couple of days, I've thought about this more and I've looked at them more, and I don't think I will. With all the amount of stuff that's coming in from Comic-Con, I think I'll probably save the cash. I would like representations, but yeah, I think I will pass on these. They look at there's a sort of weird texture to them, and now you're seeing it even more with these. So yeah, I'm assuming you're not going to be in on this line either.
No, they're too small. I don't like. I'm not that keen on the design of the actual figures. I don't like the swappable feet element to pose them. I don't like this line. I think this is a really bad line.
Yeah, but I started off mixed. I thought, no, okay, I'll just be all right for a little line. But no, I think I could do with saving the cash. So I think I might be out on these. A sensible decision to there. Avatar couldn't give a toss. We'll move on. Marvel Rivals, he's doing some statues. That's going under the couldn't give a toss. Right, so, articulated 7-inch DC figures. Now, Adam is a big fan of articulated 7-inch DC figures. And there is one figure I did see on this that will be my last McFarlane figure to finish this collection. I've left one space within my Batman Villains collection. This is literally sat just here at the side of me. There is space.
Can I guess?
Yeah, you carry on.
I reckon it's going to be the Scarecrow.
It is the Scarecrow. You have read my mind. Yes, there is I saw the favorite Batman villains: the Scarecrow, Two-Face, Clayface, and the Phantasm would be my kind of top 4, I would say. So yes, I missed out on the Two-Face. I had a chance to buy it, I thought I didn't like how pale the skin tone was, and now it's crazy money on the. It's literally £55 on the aftermarket because I looked earlier because I knew I had one space and the space was annoying me. I was like, okay, maybe I'll get that Two-Face to fill the space. But now I can move swiftly on because I can pick this up at retail. So I will get a Scarecrow. The chest looks it looks a bit too buff to me from what I can see.
Do you know what? I've never thought I'd say this about a McFarlane figure with his ridiculously skinny arms and legs. But you are right. Like, Scarecrow's been hitting the gym, hasn't he, for that?
So I don't know what's happened to him there, but he's been working on those pecs. He's a puffed up Scarecrow. He's been working on the pythons, brother. Okay, he's been taking his vitamins. He's been saying his prayers. And I'm a buff Scarecrow. He'll have to do because I've got a gap. So the Scarecrow will take the space. We've got the Riddler, which is the sort of Jim Lee Hush era Riddler, it looks like to me, because I've got the Mafex version over there. So we've got Starman, Static Shock, Batgirl, we've got Batman Inc. and Earth 2. Anything here for
the Batman Inc. The Batman Inc. probably one. I mean, again, whether the actual figure comes out anywhere near the digital render, but he actually looks like he's got decently muscular legs on him. Again, even on the digital render, the arms look really skinny. But still, I like that costume. I quite like the run in the comics. I've got the, is it the old DC Direct one that I've got of that figure, and I absolutely love that. Yeah. So yeah, I'll be picking that one up.
We'll be on these. The Watcher not happy with McFarlane. I think something's been to bring on Mattel. So we'll be what, about a year away. So it'll be probably SDCC next year that we will get Mattel. So I've kind of stopped. And I am waiting on Mattel then. There's some Fallout figures there. He's got some NFL statues. He's got a Fantastic Four statue. He's got some more statues. Has he got anything else, DC? I'm sure I'd seen something with Batman and the Mobius chair, but it's not in that panel. That's enough, Todd, I think, for there. So that's Todd covered briefly. Right, okay. Where are we going next? Let's have a look what we've got on here. So let's go to a brief bit of G.I. Joe. You see, we collect everything here. It's a bit of a pain. So for the G.I. Joe, so Pythona is going to be the thing. So shout out Cloud Foxwell, shout out Michael at Bring Toys to Work, because I know both of those two have been wanting Pythona for a long time via Cobra La 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 from the G.I. Joe movie, and she is a character that I would like to add to the collection as well. She's a bit nuts, really. It's a pretty cool design. And yes, it was shown at the Hasbro breakfast yesterday, and looks pretty good to me. Adam, again, does your female rule apply to snake creatures in the G.I. Joe world with weird face huggers?
It applies to snake creatures in the G.I. Joe world with weird face huggers. However, because I'm not just a casual co-host, like I'm not just dialing this in, I even watched the G.I. Joe stream, because I knew I was coming on here to co-host, so I watched the stream, so I kind of knew what I was talking about with all of the reveals. So I can only really talk about the one I was really impressed with, which was, is it Grim Viper?
The Grim Viper. So let's have a look somewhere in here. The Grim Viper. I
am buying that figure, and that looked like it, that one there. That looked a great figure, and when he's posed with a minigun as well, that's a great looking figure.
Yeah, it's a repaint pretty much of the Range Viper we have in blue. So pretty much got this in blue. So if you want a blue version or you want camo version, the choice is yours. So when it comes to G.I. Joe panel, then Adam has done his research. I say he is now the official co-host, we like to call him around here, of the live stream. Cheeky Monkey will do her duty when she's told, but she's happy that Adam can take over. She's like, take the role.
Are we still talking about streaming?
So well, we could come over in person. I got room in the bed tonight, son. We got a king size to myself. You could have tucked down the bottom. So when it comes to G.I. Joe stream tonight, I'm going to say it, this was the most disappointing bit of SDCC so far for me, because you may have already seen a video on the channel where I covered most of these figures because they announced them all the other day. So we've already seen like Sci-Fi and the Grim Viper and Wetsuit. We've already covered that. They didn't show an awful lot new. So they did show this fella with all of his this kind of random figure. So he's been taken over by Crystal Ball. I think it's like a Crystal Ball trooper that is being controlled by the dark magic, I'm assuming. So yeah, it's kind of a fun one. So I might be in for one, but it was one of something that wasn't particularly a lot shown that we didn't already know about. What else we got? We got these two is here. The names escape me. Let's see how much attention Adam paid to the stream. What are the names of these two?
Oh, I mean, I didn't pay that much attention. I was running on the treadmill at the gym while I was watching it, so I didn't pay that much attention.
We're on histango.com. Someone tell us up here. There is a. They're going to tell us. I'm not going to tell us. They are going to tell us. Please tell us. Short Fuse and Steeler. There we are. Short Fuse and Steeler. So we got Short Fuse and Steeler, and the other thing they showed was like a repaint of the base we already have, so like a Steel Core Trooper and like a repainted version of that. So there wasn't much for Joe tonight.
I know that's a repaint for you, but that's brand new for me. But they are knocking it out the park. Like, you can see why this is such a popular line, because just that, like, that's a great, like, just little, like, accessory for a dio. Like, a really, really good, like, detailed, all the little accessories it comes with, so easy to just stick into a display, stick a couple of figures around it, and you've just got an amazing display.
Yeah, the world building, as I say, when it comes to G.I. Joe, they've definitely stepped it up. So yeah, if it is new to you, then there you go, a little bit of a bonus. Right, something that is new but kind of not new, but is new, is they're doing the crowdfunder again for the Snake Castle thing that they came up with for Masters of the Universe. Now we're going to He-Man, because this has been announced while we've been on the air as well. And they tried this last year, and they updated the design. Nobody liked it, so they just pulled it. They just pulled it because it was going nowhere. And now they've come back. They've made the design better. I like the design much better. I don't like the bloody price I saw in this. They want $300 for this. You thought McFarlane's prices were nuts.
Yeah,
what the hell's going on with it? How is this 300? So it doesn't look much bigger than Castle Grayskull that was less than 100. We've had the Fright Zone for 80 just recently. They've just put out a repaint of Castle Grayskull in kind of a tribute to Mark Taylor, which looks okay. And I like the figures. I do like the figures it's coming with. The Chimera is cool, but this is nuts. They ain't going to fund this, surely. So $300. It'll be more than that to get to the UK as well. But I'm not going to bother look. But I need 6,000 backers. This ain't a chance. Now I know Damien's a Masters fan. What's he saying? Looks fun, but I'm not catching any play sets. You like your Masters. Yeah. Are you in on this?
I love it. He-Man was my first ever obsession. Like, it was my first ever, like, ongoing toy collection and cartoon obsession. And even I'm not paying $300 for that. Like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
But like you said, it looks good, and I like the redesign, and I like the colours, I like the figures, but God, for $300, no, absolutely not.
Okay, so I can confirm I am not buying this. I'm not going to look at it. $300 for this now.
To be fair, though, Jay, you can understand where Curtis is coming from.
I can understand fully where Curtis is coming from. I have gained a reputation here. It seems. I don't know how, but yeah, for buying too much crap. And yeah, that's what they took $300. That's off. That is insane. So I do prefer the design of this one. It's nothing. It is an original MOTU design, isn't it? It's nothing from the original toy line, but no, they can swivel for that one. Yeah. That's not. Yeah. Right, we'll stick with MOTU because this got announced as well. I saw why we were live. Another crossover. It's Transformers and He-Man. So we've got Bumblebee Man-at-Arms and Skeletor as Megatron. Now, I know there are some fans of the crossovers with the Turtles. They've crossed over literally with everything. I've been on record before saying I utterly hate the crossovers. They don't do nothing for me, and this doesn't do. I do like the packaging. I like the packaging. I'll give it that. I like the Castle Grayskull that's transforming there in the background. So they're going to definitely not be for me, but I can see these actually being for quite a few of you out there because they kind of look fun as this. So you're probably seeing these literally for the first time.
Yeah.
As I click. I don't know why everybody is obsessed over that particular image. Are we stuck on this image? Can we move? I need to see Skeletor. Show me Skeletor, damn it! There it is. Megatron Skeletor. Right, there's the image. Go. Yes.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you. I this is going to sound ridiculous as a 45-year-old man who collects action figures. I don't like anything too silly. Like this, I know. I even hear myself saying that, and I'm like, Adam, the hypocrisy in that statement is unreal. But I don't like anything too silly in my collection, and crossover things where they're like melded together different lines. Just it just ventures into the silly, whereas normal 6-inch plastic action figures are not silly in the slightest. So no, listen, even I get it's a ridiculous statement, but it is true. So yeah, I do think it looks fun, and if I was a kid, maybe like I'd buy melded together line action figures if I was a child, but no, it's not for me.
It's not.
Definitely not.
At midnight, and now on Saturday. Happy Saturday, everybody. Welcome to Saturday as we're talking toys past the midnight hour. Adam couldn't give a crap. Dan Hayden, you've set him off. Too silly. What are you talking about? That man likes a crossover. St. James, channel member. Shout out St. James. First time I've seen him in the chat this evening. These are horrible, so he's not in on these either. So he's with me and Adam.
Yeah,
and
St. James.
Damien, what Damien said is, Damien was talking about when we do like rights, because there is something. Whoa, there's a Skeletor crotch zoom in. We are right. Okay, now this has caught my attention. This is a new line.
Yes.
This is a line, another new line. I've already made a shelf. I have already made a shelf for it.
Of course, yeah.
So this is 2000X He-Man. So Mondo. You go and watch our good friend Mark Taktak and his. I don't know what your AI was doing tonight, Mark. It was making some very funny noises when I was watching that video earlier. But if you look at his video, he was talking about how he would be in on the Mondo 2000X stuff, and I was going to be in on that, but I didn't really want to be because I know the price points are too high. But this is going to be at a nice, much more lower Mattel price point. So I'm going to skip by the Mondo 2000X and go in on this because I've gone all in on the cartoon collection. And that looks really, really nice. These can go right next to it. Hopefully we can get a Castle Grayskull, or I can track down a 2000X Castle Grayskull at a toy convention, because they've literally shown it all. So it's a slightly bigger 6-inchy scale. So it's less than Masterverse, but slightly more than Origin. Cartoon aesthetic. Not when I grew up watching, because I was about 15 when it came out. But again, I have watched some of it backtracking on YouTube. So yeah, definitely in on these from 2000X. Skeletor. So there's Prince Adam. This was one of those things that surprises you. One of the great things about SDCC, on a line I did not know this was coming at all. Yeah. No rumors at all. Bang! There's like 8 figures, massive deluxes. Hopefully the UK distribution will be okay on these. Mattel not great at times, but I am 100% all in on a new line, and it is 2000X He-Man. By the sound of it, Adam might be joining me.
Oh, I'm joining you. Yeah, I'm joining you. He Masters of the Universe Revelation was my biggest ever disappointment in as like a cartoon superhero fan. Masters of the Universe Revelation was my biggest ever disappointment. Series 1, Series 2 is much better. But because of how much I hated that, somebody said, have you ever watched this? And I hadn't. They're all on YouTube. There's like bloody 3-hour-long videos on YouTube of just all of these. Yeah, and I went back, and instead of watching the Teela show, I went back and watched this, and it was really, really good. I loved it. I thought it was great. So, like you, I'm Mondo 2000X. I'm going to get the He-Man, because I've seen that, and that is a phenomenal looking figure, but I'm just going to get the He-Man from that line, and then I'm going to collect this whole line.
So on this stream, you're now in on a Mezco and in on a Mondo. You've been the co-host now for a few months of this show, but we're on about once a month usually, maybe maybe once every couple of months. So the influence is strong with this one.
It's totally evident. It's totally evident, and there's no grey area. It is completely your fault. completely. So yes,
That is it.
but yeah, so a Mondo and a Mayfix, and I'm all in on those. Well, those two individual figures. Let's not go. I'm not going to do a J special and get an entire line of a new one, but I'm in on those two figures.
There we go. So unbelievable. So virtual Dave, everybody's still with us in the UK. Damien's at, Kevin's still at, Dan Hayden's up.
I am done.
There's this. It's all going on. St. James joining us from the US. We've got Cute Colt still here. Curtis Randalls, I can see in the chat. So thank you. Yes, 36. You still with us at 12:20, as we're now randomly talking about Masters of the Universe. So yeah, that was a surprise. That really was a surprise coming in there. I don't collect the Masterverse stuff, so I won't go any more into that. So I think we need to talk about Jada toys is where I need to go. So let's find some Jada toys in a tab. I'm sure there's something on here for Jada toys right there. Can I type on Toy Arc? God knows what I'm going to type. I typed Brandon's Instagram into Google earlier. So Jada toys. That's old articles. Right, okay, so that's not going to work. Right, so let me navigate to Toy Arc. We'll go back to Sexy S in the full screen there. Will I navigate Toy Arc? Right, okay.
I'll just have a look at the chat.
There was Adam will entertain you when I find Jada toys.
No,
Jada toys.
Female figures will not be next. We are not quite that industry related. Damien's looking forward to Scooby-Doo Wave as well.
I've got something Jada toys here, so it's not the full bit. We'll try and find those in a second, but we can give you the sea monster, the sea creature from Jada Toys, which is one of their new announcements. And this was the one I was hoping for, because I have this in a Lego minifigure form in my Lego Scooby-Doo set. So I was hoping to see this one, and this is the one we got shown first, and then we got the Space Kook at the panel, which I'll try and find some images of now. So Scooby-Doo it's going to be a good line, I think. I have already made a purchase yet. I've not shown it on the channel. I haven't mentioned on the channel yet. So I have bought my first ever Playmobil set, people. So I have purchased, as I mentioned over the Star Wars, I like to do little play sets and background pieces to do like a nice backdrop. And yeah, so I have purchased a Playmobil Haunted Mansion that looks quite big, to be fair, scale behind the figures. So this will be the backdrop for aforementioned Scooby-Doo display. So I'm looking forward to doing that. So I think Adam has just sent me the images, because I still can't find the bloody things.
I've just sent you Robo's Robo's photos of the
Robo's photos, right? Shout out Robo then. Let's go and find Robo there. So we'll go here. We will share Instagram. There we are, full size, because the worst kept secret in the world. Jada Toys have the Invincible license. They did mention earlier in the year they got the Invincible license, but we weren't sure of it just for the little cars, because Jada Toys does like a car. And boom, they've got the full license for 6-inch figures. So I know there's going to be some very, very excited people out there. So this is Wave 1, which will be coming in 2026. So Diamond Select did have the license. Yeah, I bought one Diamond Select. I bought Invincible in the yellow and sold it for quite a fair whack when season 3 came out. So not the greatest figure, but the figures were selling. So I've tried to avoid Invincible because I didn't want to buy those Diamond Select figures. So all I've ever done with Invincible, I've watched the first hour of I watched like the first episode a couple of years ago when it was first announced for season 1. And I was blown away by that first episode. It was so violent. There was obviously twists and turns that I didn't know about because I hadn't read the comics on this. And I was like, this is one hell of a show. This is going to be great. But I deliberately stopped because I thought if I watch more, I buy the Diamond Select and I don't want to buy them. So now this is my license to watch the rest of the show. So I've got 3 seasons to catch up on, and this is going to be really fun. This is season 3. Yeah, this is going to be season 3 looks, I do believe. So, yeah, Invincible's now blue. He was yellow when I last saw him. This is Kid Omni-Man. And I don't even know who that is. Conquest, by the looks of it.
Conquest,
so, Adam, I'm assuming you're a fan of this.
I am. Loved Invincible. I've watched all the series. and I was desperate for them to do this line. Same as, again, I missed the Diamond Select ones when they first came out, and the aftermarket prices were, like you said, you sold yours for a right markup. The aftermarket prices were just crazy, and the articulation wasn't great on them either. So I'd been hoping a company like, and when I found out it was Jada, because I've been really impressed with some of their Street Fighter figures. Brilliant. And the fact that Conquest, who is probably one of my favorite figures in the whole thing, characters in the whole thing, is in season 1 of it, is phenomenal. That he made it into the first wave. Like, it absolutely made my day seeing this. Again, top 3 reveal of the whole of Comic Con so far is the Invincible wave. I'm a little bit nervous, isn't the right word. So I don't know if you saw the panel that they did. So they basically explained that they did the black and blue Invincible costume because Diamond Select had done like the classic version, so they wanted to sort of drift away a little bit. Now that's great for everybody who's got that Diamond Select one, but I don't. And not only that, my most wanted of this whole wave is Omni-Man in his season 1 and so on outfit. So I'm hoping that they don't take the same approach, and that we don't then have to wait however long for like a classic Omni-Man as well. I'm hoping that he's at least wave 2.
Yeah. I saw bits of the panel. I saw the Scooby-Doo section. Shout out Couch and Culture. Kenny was streaming the Jada Toys panel yesterday, so I saw a bit of that, but I hadn't watched the full bit on that. So yeah, I would. I don't know, on all the looks, aren't they, as well? So let's hope they do. I'm sure they will do eventually. They just modern.
I'm sure they will, but I'm just when I heard that, I was like, I sort of understand your logic a little bit, but I think I'd have still maybe kicked off with the more sort of traditional look from the first few seasons. And like I said, Omni-Man's like up there with the most wanted from the whole wave.
And I will reiterate, I've also made a shelf to put these in as well. So that has already occurred. So that's happening.
See, you know when you said you had 8 empty shelves, that was complete and utter horse crap, wasn't it? You've got 8 empty shelves that are empty at the minute, but are earmarked.
Two are earmarked, so that's down to 6.
Okay.
Jada Toys also showed they're going to be moving on to Street Fighter Alpha 3, which seems a very weird decision. So there is Ryu and Charlie, because Storm Collectibles and the Storm Arena line are already doing Street Fighter Alpha 3, and having had those in hand, they're pretty much the same price point. And if I'm going to be honest, they're much better than the Jada Toys figures. So seems a bit of a weird one to go to the same, competing with Storm at the similar price point. But I don't know. I don't know if you're a video game collector or not.
I think you know fine well I'm not, because you've seen my one and only attempt to play a video game, Jay, because it was at your house, and that was dreadful. So no, I'm not, but I do have a couple of because again, I grew up in the right era, that some of the Street Fighter 2 looks are like my mind's eye of the Street Fighter characters. So I've got a few from Jada's line of them. So I don't think I'll be in on this. No. Because they don't look like I kind of imagine.
What you'll be doing. Yeah, I'm gonna stick, I think, with a Storm, but we will see. So we found the image now I was looking for. So there again, shout out Robo, I don't know. There is the Space Kook then. So that's a pretty fun wave too. So we've got Scooby-Doo, the Siege, and the Space Kook. This is it's gonna be this is a fun. I am really looking forward to collecting this line. Just getting that Playmobil set's really sparked the interest of. Now I can see what I can kind of build out a little dia. We just need a mystery machine now, Jada Toys, please. So, bit of a frosted glass look to that as well. They showed Daphne, I think Jamie might mention in the chat earlier, is going to be the Wave 3 main character, and then we'll be going down to the rest of the crew. So that was Jada Toys, a pretty strong showing from them.
Yeah, really good.
I think Damien will briefly mention this. Damien mentioned in the chat about the real Ghostbusters. So Janine was shown there on the panel. So she's going to have her desk, interchangeable legs, kissing Slimer. This is a real fun one. So definitely one I will be in on, one Adam won't be in on. So we are now coming up to nearly 2 hours. It's nearly 12:30. So I think we might wrap it up. So there's two big topics I still want to cover, which are WWE and NECA. Because NECA has shown horror, they've shown Turtles. There's a lot to talk about. And there's about 100 wrestling figures to talk about as well. So what I will do is over the weekend then, Saturday, Sunday, make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, because I'll do some pre-recorded videos. Now I've got a setup, I can press some buttons and I can go straight in. So for my full thoughts on NECA, and I'm pretty excited, and I'm extremely excited about the wrestling stuff. If you're a wrestling fan, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because this channel is pink because of Bret Hart, and WrestleMania 13 Bret Hart has just been shown, which is pretty much my most wanted. I'll stop talking, because coming up then in a few minutes, head over to Dan Who Reviews here on YouTube, because he will be doing the after show, more content of San Diego, and these two idiots will probably be joining him as well. So if you want to see more of us, head over to Dan now. So we've got a bit of a nice little sort of network going on this weekend. Dan started us off with the stream. We've streamed. Dan will stream again. Justin will be streaming tomorrow. Make sure you try to encounter culture to Kenny as well for more coverage. So we're having a bit of a YouTube takeover this weekend. It's been great to be a part of it. So we will wrap up and say good night. So Adam, thank you for joining me. This has been probably the best SDCC of all time.
I agree. I agree. Yeah, there's been some phenomenal reveals.
Well, he agrees. There's toys behind me, so I'm happy with that. I actually look like a toy collector now, not a man with a lot of white shelving units. So thank you thank you everybody who stuck with us throughout the evening. We've had all sorts of topics. Damien's still with us, Phoenix, I can see, Kevin BT, Jamie, Cloud Foxwell still here. Thank you everybody for joining us. So as I say, please hit that like button, share the video in the comments. If you can write in the comments after, try and get the video shared. Let's put hashtag SDCC best ever. So let me know you've watched the rest of the stream. Hashtag SDCC best ever. Put that in the comments after the video. YouTube algorithm likes that kind of thing. Thank you for joining us. It's been really fun doing This Week in Toys. We will be back at some other point. I will be back for impromptu live streams. So again, make sure you get the notifications turned on for the channel. Subscribe if you're new. We're trying to get to 3,000. The algorithm doesn't like me at the moment, so we're trying to push through tonight. Hopefully tonight has helped. We'll have some great viewership numbers this evening. Thank you very much, Virtual Dave, as well. I don't have an end screen anymore because I didn't prepare one of those videos. But yeah, thank you to the super chatters as well. Thank you to the channel members. If you want to become a channel member, there's a join button down there. Much appreciated to you all. But I hope you've enjoyed SDCC as much as I have, because I have been literally like a fat kid at Christmas, is how I describe myself. It's been. So you can find him on Instagram at
figurecave.collectibles.
And you know where I am? I am right here. So, right. NWO for life. We've got 2 suites. It's all going on. So we're going to have to do some awkward waving while I now press a button. So make sure you go over to Dan Who's channel as well. We'll see you there. Good night, everybody.
Cheers, everyone. Bye.